Man, I was so excited for this movie. Hello and welcome to my very disappointed review of Psycho Killer. This was a film that had a banger of a trailer. Go watch it right now. It is awesome. It is so cool. There were some other things that really sold me on this movie before it came out. You have Georgina Campbell as the lead actress. You have the writer of Seven, Andrew Kevin Walker, plastered everywhere. He also did the screenplay for the Metalocalypse movie and Sleepy Hollow. He also did 8mm. I have not seen it. I love Nick Cage. That's all I can say about the movie. I was excited. I was really, really excited because it seemed like it was going to be a fun time. Well, um, the trailer's about as much as you get from the movie. It sucks to say, but that's the honest truth. Let's start with the positives. Let's be optimistic here. Let's have a smile on our face for a little while, because there is actually a lot of really good stuff to this movie. It's not a downright disappointment shitfest like Return to Silent Hill, but still there's some stuff that we'll get to eventually. But again, let's start with good stuff. I think my favorite thing about this movie would be the visual style of it. I love a lot of the lighting stuff that they do here, especially when it comes to, I can't say his name, so I'm just going to call him John Psycho Killer. They do a lot of really cool stuff with like red lighting, different angles, CCTV, and it mostly is with John Psycho Killer. They don't do it as much with Georgina Campbell's character, but all around, I do love the vibe of this movie from a visual standpoint. Cinematography, fan-fucking-tastic. There's a lot of cool set designs, especially in the first 30-ish minutes of this movie. Something I was not expecting from this movie was comedy. There is a surprising amount of comedy, especially when it comes to this satanic cult. I was not expecting it, and it definitely will not work for everybody. It was fine with me. I think it was well placed, at least for me. Comedy is very, very subjective, which is why I'm prefacing subjectivity. Aside from how absolutely awesome the trailer was, I was so excited for how cool this premise is going to be, and I do really, really like the premise. I believe this takes place in the late 2000s, I want to say, but it has this 90s detective thriller to it, where we had the satanic panic coming into full effect, which honestly they could have done a lot better with, but for what they do it pretty well. And then you have the connection with John Psycho Killer and Georgina Campbell. I'm calling them by those names. Names are kind of spoilers here, okay? Having this cat and mouse game between this cop who has a very personal tie to the killer and the killer. Oh my god, we'll get to him in a second. He is on a murdering spree. I believe he's been active for just over 2 weeks, and he's killed over a dozen people, if I remember correctly. And he just seems like he cannot be stopped. He's intimidating as hell. Almost all of the marketing was put onto him. I mean, the guy you see in the thumbnail, that's him. That's John Psycho Killer. Don't worry, I will get to the execution of it, but the premise, awesome. I would read a book about this. And also, I need to mention it, the music in this, so good. So good. The soundtrack is perfect for this, and a lot of the stuff I could just listen to by itself. Now, there is one standout song that I was kind of expecting from this, and was something that really did bring my expectations on the movie up, which also kind of led to the downfall of me not liking this movie as much, and that is the presence of the band Three Teeth. I did see them repost the movie on their Instagram. I love Three Teeth. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on my channel before, but I'm a huge metalhead. Pretty much all I've been listening to for the last month is Slaughter to Prevail, Paleface Swiss, Lorna Shore, and K9. I love Three Teeth. They're a great band. They do a lot of crossovers with Mick Gordon, including the song that they played in this movie, which is Merchant of the Void. Please listen to Merchant of the Void. It's so fucking good. And just listen to Three Teeth in general. Amazing band. I was wholly expecting this movie to, play the Talking Heads song Psycho Killer. But hearing Three Teeth, I'm good with it. I'm not going to complain about metal being in a movie. Metal needs to be used more in movies. Did we watch Monkey Man a couple years ago? Did we not see how fucking awesome it was to hear Bloody Was Donna Don during that bar fight scene? Badass. Love it. Amazing. Needs to be used more. Please and thank you. Now, unfortunately, that is kind of all I have to say on the positive end of things. Here we're going to start getting into the mixed things. My biggest mixed issue is with John Psycho Killer himself. I'm just going to come out and say it. He is aura farming. I don't know how else to say it other than he is fucking aura farming. His presence is so intimidating. He is physically imposing. He is obscured pretty much the entire time. And everything we hear about this guy is he's a maniac. He's dismembering people. He's maiming people. He's doing all this weird satanic shit. And he may be this potential mass murderer from several years back. Everything surrounding this guy is so fucking cool. And something that I was really worried about going to this movie was that he was going to get little, if any, screen time. But I'm pretty sure he has more screen time in this movie than Georgina Campbell does. He is a really interesting character, really fun villain to follow. Though I do fear that there's going to be a certain crowd of people that are going to be simping for him over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now, maybe it's just me, but this guy, he kind of reminds me of the guy from Hatred. I'm sorry. Between the dialogue and the physique and the voice, all of it comes together, and it just reminds me so much of the guy from Hatred. I'm sorry. If you know what Hatred is and you've seen this movie, I'm sorry for putting that image in your head. And if you haven't seen it, I am so sorry. If you're going to see this movie and all I can think about is the guy from Hatred. But it's true. It's so fucking true. I love following him around. He is a very fun character to follow and learn about. But I just can't get out of my head that he's so much like the Hatred guy. I'm sorry. Another minor thing in this is the CGI. There's not a lot of it, but what there is not really good. It's kind of fucking terrible. There's this one scene that I will be talking about again here in a few minutes, and the CGI blood and viscera that they use, horrible, terrible. Oh my god. The CGI blood, I'm pretty sure it clipped. I'm pretty sure it fucking clipped. Okay, moving on to the negatives. Oh no. The central problem with this film is the same issue that I have with K-pop Demon Hunters. Hear me out. I have a point here, okay? The pacing. It is a major detriment to the character development and the overall story and the general world building. Everything is heavily affected by the pacing. This applies to every movie, but this movie has a similar issue that K-pop Demon Hunters has, where it feels like they've cut out a lot of content just to bring down the screen time. This movie is only 93 minutes, including credits. I was the only one in my theater, so I was occasionally looking at the time on my phone just to see at which point of the movie I was in. I never do that when there's actually people in the theater. I rarely, if ever, look at my phone. But when I looked at the clock, when we got to the third act, I saw, wait, it's just barely been over an hour, and we're starting the third act. What is happening here? And that is when I bring up K-pop Demon Hunters again. In that movie, it feels like there's so much genuinely completely cut out. And I'm pretty sure it is confirmed they cut out a lot of stuff. But here, not only does it feel like stuff was completely cut out, especially from Georgina Campbell's side, you are underutilizing Georgina Campbell just like Cold Storage did. She had a complete lack of screen time, character development. She was just here, then here. She had no consequences or really took any risks other than getting hurt by John Psycho Killer a few times. There's never really any stakes because we're kind of just zipping through the plot, and thus character development, among other things, is severely impacted. All these issues really come back to the pacing, including the third act. I mentioned the third act. The third act, it feels like it's only 5 minutes long at most. I'm pretty sure it's like 10 minutes, which is still fucking criminal for what they're trying to do. It's in the trailer, it's in my thumbnail, it is plastered everywhere as part of the marketing, but there's a bombing thing that is happening, and there's a satanic ritual, there's a bunch of weird shit that's going on, and you're telling me it's only 5 minutes long. The entire third act is so undeveloped. It's so undercooked. It is just completely not ready at all. This feels like a first draft. This feels more like a brainstorming thing. This is only 90 minutes long, including credits. What do you mean? If you're gonna have a detective cat and mouse game like this, and you are attached to Seven, one of the best detective thrillers of all time, what do you mean you are going to have this quick of pacing? We're just skipping through everything. It feels like they cut out at least an hour of this movie. If you want to have the entire movie from John Psycho Killer's perspective, then do that. Focus less on Georgina Campbell and focus more on him. I think that's what they were trying to do, but it kept giving off the vibe that it was supposed to be kind of like a Kiryu and Majima thing from Yakuza 0, or bouncing between the two equally, but it is absolutely not equal in the slightest. It's so frustrating because, again, this premise is so fucking cool, but it's so undercooked. And then my other main complaint that is completely separated from all this is the lack of gratuitous violence. I know I complain about a lack of violence in a lot of things. I try not to be a gorehound. If a movie has less violence, I'm okay with that, as long as it fits the tone. In this movie, John Psycho Killer is literally dismembering people for a satanic ritual. And there is a scene with an orgy that is where the bad CGI happens, and it feels like they're really pulling away from the violence that they want to show, but they just can't. This movie's rated R. You can go full out. You can have the intestines fly out. You can have all this stuff. The title of the movie is Psycho Killer. And this guy is a fucking maniac. He kills a lot of people. So why are we pulling the punches on how much of a psycho killer he actually is? What reason was there to really pull the punches here? Again, harkening back to Seven, that movie grosses me out so much. The Seven Deadly Sins kills, disgusting. Why not bring that energy into here? I don't care if that turns this movie into more or less a Seven ripoff. It's made by the same guy. That's fine. And I'm really trying not to sound like a gorehound here. However, the vibe of gratuitous violence here, it makes sense. It should be done here. It should also be done to show how much of a physical threat he is. He's already tall. He does fuck up a lot of people, but you can really add onto that tension and those stakes if you make him even more physically imposing, even if it means having a bit of shock value. I'm okay with that. In a movie like this, it should work. But they don't do that. It's tragic. It's honestly tragic. Now, overall, this was the product of overhype and very high expectations, at least from me, but ultimately completely fell flat with minimal character development. Again, they kind of just go here, there, especially with Georgina Campbell. What do you mean? She is like fully backed by the FBI now, but she's also not. Her side of the story is so undeveloped. And the stakes, there's not really that much at stake here until the very end, and even then, because of how fast it is, you don't even have time to process how much of a threat this is, other than people yelling, "Oh my god, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, oh my god, we're gonna fucking die." Come on, man. All around, it's not a terrible movie. Could have been better, could have been worse, could have been so much worse. My personal recommendation is to watch this with zero attachment to the movie Seven, its writer, or really anything. Don't watch the trailer, even though I kind of said to watch the trailer earlier. Just go into this completely blind on streaming. If you have a better time with this movie than I did, I'm happy for you. Please, I really want your experience. It has potential to be something really fucking awesome. And if there is a novelization of it that does expand upon a lot more, I will absolutely read it. That's just me, though. Form your own opinions on it if you've seen it, and just let me know what you think. And that's about it for that segment. Good lord. Like I've said in my posts, I will not be doing a video review of every single movie that I see in the theaters this year. Whether it be I just don't have the time, or I don't feel like it, or I'm swamped with anything else, I will be making written posts about the movies that I see. And also, hopefully, the Predator ranking that I'm currently working on should be done here by, like, mid-March. I'm getting through quite a lot of it, but next week is Scream 7, and then the week after that, I believe, is going to be The Bride. I think Dolly's that same weekend? Maybe, I don't know. I got a bunch of stuff planned, and hopefully it all comes together, and yeah, that's honestly about it. I don't know what else to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you all for the support. I sincerely do appreciate every single bit of support that everyone's been pouring into the channel. Like I said, I got plenty of reviews coming out soon, so look forward to those. Look for that Predator ranking, the Yautja, the aliens, not current news events. I need to make that distinction clear. Stick around for that, stay safe, have a good day, and I'll see y'all soon.